I've asked a few of the guests that have spent time in California this, having been around music and worked in music on the West Coast in Northern California, how does that compare to Nashville, or maybe Austin, this side of the country?
Yeah, Nashville's totally unique. I mean, and it's been a long time coming for me to come out here, and I will say Northern California, where I was in San Francisco, is a whole different game than Southern California and Los Angeles. Los Angeles is, it's more actors and models, and this was kind of a shock when I came here because I thought I was going to hit the ground running in Nashville and just be surrounded by chops for days. Like everyone who's a musician can shred. I learned real quick that there's a lot of, wannabes out here. And I was like, oh, okay. So musicians are to Nashville as actors and models are to Los Angeles. Where it's like, yeah, there's definitely some legit talent. But for every legitimately talented person, there's 3 others that are like, I'm going to make it. Yeah. And it's like, you're not that good. So that's kind of what but needless to say, I've been blown away by a lot of the talent out here. But there's definitely some people, like, you sound exactly the same as the next person, or, hey, I went to a bar one night and I had a guy mansplain me the circle of fists. Like, it was so, like, he was talking about, like, how he's really into music theory, and I'm, like, down to talk about music theory, so I was like, let's go, like, yeah. And I can't even remember. He was, like, explaining it like he barely had an understanding. He's like, so you have this one note, right?
Oh, my God.
And he's like, and then a fifth above it, and I was like, is this gonna happen? Like, I think it's gonna happen. And he gave me the most rudimentary, like, explanation at the circle of fist, and I was like, okay, bro, I'm gonna leave now.
Like good one.
This
Good
was
shot.
the biggest turnoff I've ever had in my life. Thank you. I went home and I texted all my girlfriends from music. I was like, you never believe what this motherfucker just did.
What bar was that? Can you say?
Oh God, was it? I think it was at, like, what's it called? The Monday Night Whiskey Crawl.
Is that one of those writers' round bars?
It is. It's like every. Why can't I think of what it's called? It's like a big Nashville thing. It's like the Whiskey Jam. Whiskey Jam.
Is it called the Whiskey Jam, the venue? I've never been. I've heard of it,
no,
though.
I think that's the event. Whiskey Jam's the event, and then it's at just one of the Midtown bar. Winter's Bar, maybe?
That sounds accurate.
Yeah.
Dude, I've heard of Whiskey Jam, and I've never been, but it looks like all of the music, it looks like it's all very tight and well put together, and it looks like all of the very best and kindest people in Nashville all gather around in that place and all just have merriment and all just enjoy how fantastic they are.
Oh, you're doing great, sweetie. Don't worry.
But that was kind of the thing, because that was one of my first weeks in Nashville, and I went down. I was like, wow, Nashville is everything they say it's going to be. Like, these people are wearing the cowboy boots, and these girls are ruined. And I mean, it's like, I've never seen so many beards, and it was really, I am not complaining. It's a good time. Actually, but it's not to say there isn't some talent. There was a guy that night who, it also made me realize how many of these big stars have their songs written for them by just.
True that.
I guess that's what a writer's round is. And it was,
yep.
The guy who wrote Garth Brooks, what's it called? Ask Me How I Know. He came and played it, and it's like, cool.
That is dope.
Very cool. So it's cool to see what happens behind all these people as well, because and I don't for a second think that I'm saying there's not. I think there's so much talent here. Really, the best of the best are out here, but you just kind of got to find it.